Talk about troubles. Troubles as far as clubland is concerned, or as far as teams are concerned. Parramatta, they conceded 40 points in 30 minutes. Brad Arthur would concede. That wasn't just a defeat, that was a surrender.
Yep.
And it's funny, the Dolphins up in Darwin, Dolphins arrived there. I know there was no Mitchell Moses, but they were dramatically under strength. Some
Dolphins
really
didn't
crucial.
have anyone either. They were smashed with injuries.
Flagler,
Yep.
Herbie,
Yep.
the Hammer were missing,
Yep.
one or two others. But it was perfect. Darwin was perfect for the Dolphins because to win up there in the heat, you need good defence and you've got to play with a lot of discipline.
Yep.
And they just did that. Parramatta, it was. There was a signed coup early in the game, or about halfway through the first half, right? They had the better of possession. They had the better of the field position. Katoa actually kicked one out on the full, and he would have been kicking himself because there was no pressure on him. Right, halfway through the first half, he's got the football, and the defensive line of Parramatta does not advance one step. I remember watching that going, I think that's a sign of things to come.
Parramatta, in my opinion, haven't learnt the lesson from losing the grand final in 2022, was it? Yeah, 22. Like, after losing a grand final, it's not that you need to address, like, football, performance. Like, what happens when you lose a grand final, you can start separating. You can start pointing the finger at, like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And out of all the times that, like, I've learnt lessons about losing a grand final, is you need to be selfless. You need to have a team-first mentality. And there's one thing that Parramatta haven't done since losing that grand final, is they haven't put the team first in the way they go about their business. Like, they're just, how can I say this? They worry about their own patch of grass. And the fact that Brad Arthur has come out and called them, part-time footy players, and he used a phrase, he said, the players have to fix it.
Yeah.
I reckon that's a key word there. I think we have to fix it.
Yeah.
That's everyone in together to fix that.
He's protected them quite a bit at times when they've underperformed. Did it all through last year. And I think you saw a coach right at the end of his tether there saying, I'm sick of these blokes.
And because their motto for a while was chase the collision. How many times do you hear Brad Arthur say that about their football early on?
Yeah.
And they have not chased the collision at all. And they're starting to separate and be single-minded players, where if you want to bounce back up that ladder, you need to start doing some team-first stuff.
Well, I tell you, the Dolphins are very good at building their game, and you see Marshall King start to make those inroads through the middle, but the bloke who continues to not surprise, the bloke who continues to impress me, and surprised to a certain extent how quickly he's improving, Isaiah Katoa. A few moments of just class. The Dolphins' first try, he shoots up. See there, shoots up the short side. Now the ball is just about to leave his hands to going out the back to young Fuller, who was fantastic on the night. I don't know whether it's vision or it's instinct, but he just senses that winger going outside in and picks him off. It's
both. The double pump play allows him time. He comes in thinking he's playing out the back. He throws it. His vision sees the winger come in, and he just loops it over the top. And laid on a perfect pass. The other thing that helps him, when we talk about halves, about good players, is it's time and space. He's got time and space here because Dylan Brown just stops on his run.
Yeah, good.
If Dylan Brown goes all the way through and wipes out Katoa, he knocks that ball on halfway through his double pump.
Yeah.
So it's a poor read from Brown, did not get off the line, but Katoa has bought himself time by throwing a dummy, defenders stop, the winger races up, and that makes his decision where he throws a beautiful delayed pass over the top.
He does another bit of beautiful ball playing just before half-time. And I've only ever seen one player do something like it, and that was Jason Smith. When I was playing at Wigan, he was playing for Hull in England, and he did something, played slow. And what it was with Jason Smith, Smithy always told a lie with the football. Catch, he'd look in and he'd play out. Or if he looked out, he was going to play back in. So in the first half, we spoke about that going in, and we controlled him in the first half. One of his first possessions after half-time, he's gone, look out. Oh, well, he's going to play in.
Yeah.
Look back in, and then went blind pass back on the outside. Now, Katoa did a little one similar to that, right? He goes to the line, and he's looking short, and then he goes, you know what, I'm going to do a no-look pass and go out the back, and then realises, no, it's on short, and just sits again. Yeah. And it's really, really subtle, Coop. But again, it just shows you the class and the vision.
Yep.
And the last one you'll really appreciate. I think you judge elite playmakers on how they play a short side. You're very good at playing short sides.
Thanks, mate.
And what?
Very kind of you.
I was joking. I was being sarcastic. No, but there's a few principles. The principles of ball playing, he nails all of them. You see here, he recognises up short side numerical advantage, a 3-on-2. He tips very, very quietly. He just tips off to O'Sullivan, who picks it. Now, the most important thing there is, Coop, you've got to drive past the depth of the markers.
Yep.
And once he goes past the depth of the markers, it exposes the 3-on-2 and the perfect pass.
Yep. Once you've got the numerical advantage, the worst thing you can do as a half is start running towards a space. So running overs. What he does here, he goes arrow straight. He actually takes Will Penasini a little bit in, which creates more space. The winger gets put in a bigger position to make it. And just watch this with his left shoulder. He tucks it tight as if he's just going to play short. At the last moment, zings it straight across the face.
He just holds himself like an old-fashioned playmaker.
Yeah.
I really enjoy watching him play.
His body language is like good, strong, and then he's got little subtle movements with his hips and shoulders that tell a lot.
Geez, I tell you what, they're smaller blokes just torn to pieces. Trey Fuller was, geez, mate, he was fantastic. What a find. Max Plath.
Yeah.
He's going good. He's a perfect 13. He's short and stocky. He's got good foot speed. He's got good footwork, and he's tough. His old man was actually similar. His old man was a bloke who never really fit into one position. He'd play a bit of 7, a bit of 6, play a bit of 13. He'd play a bit of 9. I don't know if he'd be. I don't know if young Max would be as good on the chirp as his old man was. His old man was very, very chirpy.
He's a Wayne Bennett type player, right? You put 5 cents on the ground, he looks like a kid that fight you for it.
Yeah.
You mean? And that's the type of tenacity and dedetermination you half want in your side, particularly when your A-grade players are out. Like, I don't understand why, and Parramatta are a bit the same, like they've lost some of their gun players, yet they try and play the same style. Let's expect the same thing from inexperienced players, whereas what Christian Wolf, Wayne Bennett, and what they did at the Dolphins, gun players out, all right, let's double down on the hardest parts of the game. Let's see if Parramatta will come to the deep end with us. And, Plath sort of epitomised that.